Welcome, everyone. Today, I will be presenting on adaptive food teaching for learners with special education needs and disabilities. We will explore practical, inclusive strategies supported by theoretical frameworks like universal design for learning. Inclusive education aims to remove barriers and provide equal opportunities for all learners. Food education as a practical subject offers great potential but also unique challenges for SCN inclusion. We will look at adaptive methods that promote participation, progress, and enjoyment for SCN students. Understanding the individual needs is key to effective adaptation. In my literature review, students with specific learning difficulties benefit from a range of supportive strategies that make learning more accessible and manageable. Using visual aids such as pictures, diagrams, and color coding can enhance understanding and memory. Breaking tasks into small, clear steps helps learners follow instructions more easily. In accordance with Floridin and Black Hawkins 2011, teaching strategies that are flexible and responsive. They argue by shifting from differentiation to adaptive pedagogy, emphasizing real time responsiveness. Understanding SCN in food education. SCN includes a wide spectrum: ASD, ADHD, SLDs, physical disabilities, and more. These impact processing, communication, sensory input, and physical ability. However, understanding the individual needs is key to effective adaptation. Some pedi- pedagogical approaches used for adaptation: Universal Design for Learning (UDL). UDL, according to Rose and Mayer 2002, advocates designing learning environments that provide multiple means of representation, multiple means of engagement, multiple means of expression. In my case study, my presentation focuses on first students with specific learning difficulties in accordance with the school data. SLDs is an umbrella term for a range of learning differences. However, using teaching strategies, for example, the use of visual pictures, diagram, and color coding helps with understanding and memory. Break tasks into steps. For example, clear, small instructions make complex tasks easier to follow. Teach with different senses. Show, say, and let them do it. For example, watch, listen, and try. I have chosen to use the pedagogical approach, Universal Design for Learning, as it aligns with multiple approaches with specific learning difficulties regarding food teaching. Applying UDL in food education lessons emphasizes visual recipes and video demonstration for presentation, visual supports on task. Visual supports reduce anxiety and improve task flow, especially effective for students with multiple learning difficulties. This is an original recipe which was for my practical food lesson. I have adapted this recipe in a step by step pictorial format to help SCN students to be more confident in cooking and completing the final product. The task breaks down complex activities essential for clarity and pasting. Responses from students. These are the feedback based on students' responses after completing the step by step pictorial recipe. Visual aids were structured. Instructions use picture based recipe. Task chunking through my visual demonstration to students. I do, you do. Break down task into manageable steps. I provided a question along with my lesson assessment by asking students on how confident you were cooking with the pictorial step by step recipe as they use answer to justify their responses. The outcome from using UDL strategies was very rewarding. All case study students completed recipes, developed confidence and consistency in cooking task engagement. Successful completion of recipe was accomplished. To summarize, adaptive food teaching enhances inclusion, life skills, and learner confidence. UDL adaptive teaching and collaboration from a strong foundation. With thoughtful planning, food education can be engaging, accessible, and empowering all learners. In my teaching, I was able to adapt a step by step pictorial recipe for my students to be able to work independently and feel confident in completing the practical. The processes and responses from students were good. They acknowledged that they were more confident with the pictorial processes. On my reflective practice as a teacher, I see this experience as a valuable of inclusivity for the entire class which supports students in becoming more independent. Also, personal and professional growth for me. However, inclusion is not bringing people into what already exists. It is making a new space, a better space for everyone. Here are the key resources that underpins today's presentation. They include foundational texts on UDL, inclusive pedagogy, and SCN specific strategies. Thank you for watching.